Welcome to Building and Flipping PCs episode 8. Today's gonna be a bit of a different kind of episode because I'm gonna go over the whole PC flipping process of getting deals, picking them up and then building PCs, not just showing you guys a build and the profit. So I'm not gonna be showing you guys how much I sold it for because I wanna get videos up quicker. But in this video we're gonna start off with picking up a package and also setting up a package. So let's go.
Alright, so as you guys just saw, I just got this GTX 1616 Super here. It's a small version, but it should still be fine. I don't think that has a problem with selling. But I got this for only 550 Danish krones, and I got shipped to me for that price. And that's pretty good. In the last episode, I got a GTX 1660 non-super.
I went with this kit by GTX 1660. I think it looks super clean, and I also got a pretty good deal.
So the fact that I got this for 550 is really good. There were a lot of people interested in this seller set, but I was the first one to message them because I had like a notification for new GTX 1660s for sale. So that's a really good tip. If you are specifically looking for something, I would recommend setting it to like the GPUs you frequently use, and also like Ryzen 5 3600s, 2700s. And I just have one that says like AMD Ryzen. So when a Ryzen CPU comes up for sale, I get a notification and I can check out if it's a good price and message the seller immediately. That's also how I got another part, a Ryzen 5 2600, which is right here. This is a Ryzen 5 2600, and I got for 225 Danish krones. By talking the seller down. It was originally listed for 300, which obviously is too expensive. This is a little over $30, so it's pretty good.
Get any further, let's just test this GPU in my PC and see if it works. So let's do that now. Alright guys, so it's now the next day and I've just gotten these from AliExpress. These are like little Wi-Fi adapters with Bluetooth also. I was using some other ones but they had a pretty bad antenna, so I'm gonna try to use these ones. I'm gonna do a speed test right now of them. I paid around $7 I think for these, so let's just test them. So here you can see it has an antenna, like it has a pretty long antenna, so it should be pretty good. Alright, so now I've got it plugged in, so let's do a speed test. My Wi-Fi is around 100 megabits per second. So I've tried restarting my PC once, and now you can see we've got 100 megabytes per second around that. The only thing we need to try is the Bluetooth. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to unplug my regular Bluetooth and see if we can still use Bluetooth. Let's try the Wi-Fi. Yeah, look at that, we have Wi-Fi. And all of my previous devices show up. Now that we tested this Wi-Fi right here and tested that works fully, now I know I can use it, and this only cost me like $7. So it's perfect for all kind of PCs, and also has Wi-Fi, so that's just perfect. Now let's look at some power supplies for this PC, because I've been having some trouble trying to find them. See, we have like this Cooler Master, but it's without cables. What else have we got? We've got like a Seasonic one for 400, that's pretty good, but I don't have that much of budget. I think I'm gonna spend about 200 in total for the power supply with shipping. I'm trying to talk this guy down to 200. He hasn't responded to me. He said the lowest he'll go is 250, then I bid 200, and then he didn't respond. We can also get something shipped, but we probably can't get that for 200, and I don't want anything with ketchup and mustard cables, because that just looks ugly, and cable extensions cost like 100 Danish kroner, so it's kind of hard to find one right now that's close to me. So yeah, I'm just gonna try to look at it more, and I'm also thinking about the SSD, buying this one, the 500 gigabyte Crucial P3. It's only 265 krones, which would be fine for this PC. I'm just going for the exact same motherboard, case and fans. Also, I'm gonna need a controller, just the same as last time. That was pretty good, the one I had last time. So yeah, I'm just planning a build right now. Alright, it's now a couple of hours later, and I've actually found a PS power supply that I can get for 150 Danish kroner, and I'm gonna pick it up in 3 days, because that's when I have time. I'm gonna visit some family for the weekend, but let me show you guys. This is the XFX TS550 power supply that I can get for 150 Danish kroner, as you can see right here. He accepted it, and it has all black cables, so that's good. And he said that he's upgraded to 850 watt power supply, and I couldn't find this on the PSU tier list. As you can see, there's no XFX power supplies on the PSU tier list. So I found some reviews, like this guy in Reddit says that they are made by Seasonic, so therefore they are very high quality. And also it has 4.8 stars easy part picker, so I assume that it's pretty good. Maybe like tier B, tier C, something like that. So that's pretty good. So we're getting a tier C unit, I would assume, for 150 Danish kroner, and that's just a little more than the 100 I paid for the last PC. So yeah, that's just great.
Alright, it's now Monday, and right now I'm going to pick up the power supply that I talked to you guys about, and also as AMD stock cooler. And also, I just picked up the rest of the parts from Amazon yesterday, so they'll be here in this week. So, let's go.
Alright, so currently I'm walking to pick up that Race Stealth cooler. And I also just picked up the power supply.
First off, I got this XFX TS550 watt power supply that got some pretty good reviews online. It isn't on the PSU tier list because it's pretty old, but it should be pretty good. The only ketchup and mustard cable it has is the 24 pin, so I'll have to cover this up with some electrical tape or something. And it has 2 2+4 pin, 6+2 pin PCIe connectors, so I can connect it to the GPU, which is GTX 60 Super, which uses an 8-pin power connector. A brand new AMD Race Stealth cooler. I got this for 40 pros actually, and this right here I got for 125, but this didn't come with a cable, so I need to get a cable. And it's just a basic brand new Race Stealth cooler, and it's probably just from a CPU that the person didn't use the cooler for. Got a different cooler, but yeah, I think the Race Stealth cooler looks good.
All cables plugged into this, so let's see if it works. Let's flip on the power switch, and everything seems to pass, as we can see here by the green lights. It's a bit hard to see. Let me try to adjust the camera settings. Here you can see 12 volt is 12.5. Also the other 12 volt is 12.5, and yeah, just everything seems to be fine, so that's perfect. Right now I'm actually going to pick up some cables for the power supply. Actually, I'm picking up multiple so I can use it for future builds, and I'm also gonna pick up some electrical tape for using in the PC. So let's go do that. So I got these 3 cables right here, power cables for PCs, and I also got this electrical tape for that power supply. And my packages from Amazon are arriving in a couple days. packages from Amazon are now here. We got this small one, the case, and then we got this giant one. So let's open them. I also got a USB stick plugged in for Windows, so let's boot it up. And we should just get a post. I did plug in HDMI, yes I did. So we should get a post right here, yes we do. But I mean, that looks super clean. Like look at this, we're gonna take this off when we take the pictures and just have it on so people can peel it themselves when they get it. So let's say delete, press F1 to run setup. Alright. We are in the BIOS. Okay, we are in the boot menu, and this Windows boot menu, it says SATA, so I'm assuming that's the hard drive, so we don't want that, but we want the USB flash drive. Okay, that's my Ubuntu flash drive that I can't install Windows on, so I need to use this flash drive right here. So let me just do that quickly. There we go. Let's see what happens now. Oh, we got the Windows right there. Alright, uninstall Windows and come back to you guys. I'm in Windows, and for this one right here, this Wi-Fi Bluetooth adapter that I'll have linked in the description, I want to show you guys how to install drivers. So you just plug it in and you'll see the CD drive right here, Realtek. You may have to take it out and plug it back in once, but then you'll get this Wi-Fi all installed, and then you click install and it will just install drivers. It's super easy. I use Chocolate right here. I use Chocolate to install GeForce Experience, Epic Games, Steam, Thermalright, and Crystal Disk Info. And then I'm first gonna install the drivers from GeForce Experience. And after this, I'm gonna install the drivers for the motherboard. Drivers, I usually just install all drivers to make sure that the buyer has no problems with it. So yeah, everything's downloaded right there, and then I'm gonna install the drivers. As you can see, the PC now works, and before getting into the benchmarks, I want to tell you the specs of this PC. So right here we have the CPU. This is a Ryzen 5 2600, which is a really solid, really budget CPU. It only cost me 225 Danish krones, which is about $30. And on top of that, we got a Wraith stealth cooler that I got for 40 Danish krones, which is about $5, actually really cheap. There weren't a lot of Wraith stealth coolers listed, but I found this one, which was really cheap. It's perfect for this kind of system because the Ryzen 5 2600 draws a very little amount of power. You can use a Wraith stealth cooler for about up to a Ryzen 7 3700X, I would say. And for RAM, we got 2x8GB, so 16GB total of HyperX Fury DDR4. It is at 2666 MHz, which is the slowest DDR4, I think. But that's okay. I don't think that will have much of an effect on its selling. And we also have a 512GB SSD, which you can see right now. But I got that brand new for about 200 Danish kroner on Amazon. And it's just a generic one. I don't know what the name is. Next we have the GPU. And the GPU is a GTX 1616 Super that I got for 550 Danish krones shipped to my door. And it's this small model. In the last episode, I got a GTX 1660 not Super for I think it was 500 Danish krones, so there's 50 Danish krones more for the Super, which is totally fine, and it's still a really good deal. And we also have a hard drive actually in the back, which is 500 GB, so we have a terabyte total of storage. And the power supply is an XFX TS550 power supply, which I found online was pretty good. And I also covered this cable up here in electrical tape because it was ketchup and mustard, which is ugly. But these other cables, as you can see, aren't ketchup and mustard cables. We also got some Thermalright fans inside this MARSGAMING MC-SE, which I've used before. Check out my review on that. It's the cheapest fish tank cage you can find. It has some problems, but it's fine. We got 3 Thermalright ARGB fans with a controller, which actually has, let me see, I put the accessories up here. It has a remote, so you can toggle the RGB mode right here. Yeah, this remote came with the controller, which cost me about 60 Danish crowns, which is really cheap. That's like under $10 to control these. And we also got this one right here. This is a Wi-Fi adapter from AliExpress, which only cost me 45 Danish crowns. Then I got a power cable for 20 Danish krones. And I think that's pretty much it. I'll have the full price breakdown on screen now. But let's get into the benchmarks.